everyone. Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Always so happy to find you here. I do upload on Mondays and Thursdays. So when you subscribe, please subscribe. Click your notifications turned on. You will be notified when I have uploaded new content for your view. And of course, my pleasure, and it is my pleasure. Welcome to anyone new here. You're honored and appreciated. I wanted to have this upload in what I call the philosophy of my life, as the philosophy of achievement, I would say, for anyone. Not giving up is what I'm saying. Not that you are to, achieve every dream possible, but not to give up. Just be ambitious enough to rise above whatever the hurdle is. I've used this term rise above for 1,000,001 years. And I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to do an upload on how very important those two words are to me. But for this short, or for this video, because I'm just starting, not sure how long it's going to take, just a few minutes, I do hope. I'd like to just address this concept of rise above and use a couple of examples of famous people that we could connect to, because again, in past videos, I say, we don't know all the same people, but when I use a celebrity, we can connect to that person. So for me, when I say rise above, I mean, don't get stuck in what didn't work. Don't get stuck in, you wanted this outcome, but it wasn't exactly that. Tennessee Williams, very well-known author, had written that everyone talks about how his writings are so wonderful and his playwrights are so wonderful, but few of them know that they never turned out in the way that he visualized them in his head. I often think of marriage sometimes when people think of the ideal, what marriage would feel like and how that partner will enhance their lives or how it would be together. And rarely is it ever that way. Now, that is not to be let down by it, but it's not ever exactly in our imagination. I think maybe God has something to do with that, to say, hey, I'm showing you what it could look like, but the end result of it is mine to work with you, per se. There is a cohesiveness with the divinity in your desire, what I call desired divinity or divine desire. That's just me talking. So don't write me about because I said God didn't give it to you that way. Ultimately, God determines for each person's life, I think. So again, have your views. But for me, rise above is just staying motivated for what you want in your life. Maybe you want to lose 10 pounds. And so you do the things that will help you get there. Now you end up losing 12 pounds. Yay. Or you end up losing 8 pounds. You decide, I'm going to stop right here because I thought 10 pounds was what I want, but I'm pretty satisfied with this. So things adjust along the way. My concept of rise above is that you just don't give up. You just try another way. If it's something that's extremely important to you and will enhance yours or the lives of others, even at a community-based level. So having said that, I pulled from my calendar 3 points of references as to individuals that were on one track, and they ended up doing something different that brought them great pleasure and great success. So there we go again. God's plans, your plans, divine desires. 2 are musicians and 1 is an athlete. Grover Washington Jr., great saxophonist, and Patti LaBelle, who we all know. And then the athlete is George Barnum III, who is a professional bowler. So I pulled from my calendar, and I'm going to actually read you those. And I'm just going to, see, I need my glasses. I need my glasses. I will say this instead of reading them verbatim. Grover Washington dream as an instrumentalist, saxophonist, is that he wanted to play in bands, in big name bands, like say, for example, the Rolling Stones, or even back up an artist, a big name artist, like let's just say a Whitney Houston or Mariah. That was his ambition. And he had started doing that. He ended up going solo and had a better career. He is often referred to as one of the founders of smooth jazz. He became more famous on his own than he ever did backing them up. So that's an example of rise above. He did play with others such as Bill Withers, Najee, George Howard, collaborations, and at different jazz concerts. They would share a stage. So things changed for him, but he was still able to use his desire as a musician. Another one is Miss Patti LaBelle herself. Boy, is Mariah Carey, that's my godmother. But Patti LaBelle started off in a group called LaBelle. And as she began to morph into her own individuality, she went solo from the group. She still would perform with them, but she went solo. But of late, it is her cooking, her cookbooks, her baking, her sweet potato pies that have also given her yet a different venue of appreciation for something that she loves, which is not in line with the music. So there you go. One of the big concepts to me for Rise Above is that you transition into your desire. It may not have looked like you thought. It may not have gone the way you thought, but you can transition that into something else. And then the last one would be George Barnum III. Now, at 5'10", he wanted to be an NBA player, and he was never looked at as one. Now, I don't know why Spud Webb was, and the other ones, Kevin Johnson, I think, is barely 6'4". But anyway, he never got an NBA contract. So he began to really enhance his bowling skills because he was also a lover of bowling. Now, this one I learned, and this one I will read to you. And that is, let me just read it. High school basketball star George Barnum III missed a shot at the pros when his height topped out at 5'10", but he was able to strike gold by pivoting to his other favorite sport, bowling. In 1993, Barnum became the first African American to win a Professional Bowlers Association title. So you see, in nearly 2 decades, Barnum won 5 more major titles, including the sport's highest honor, which is the Tournament of Champions. And then he won that also in 2015. So you see, we can always transition our desire. I believe in our relationships. We didn't view that person as a partner. And then you get to know him and go, hey, I really like her, or hey, I really like him. And so a wonderful relationship can morph from the friendship that was already there. Now, don't kill it. Don't stop it. Transition it, just like these 3 examples that I told you. The same thing at work. Because you're doing it, I can use myself as an example. I always say I transitioned into this field, never even thought about it. But it turned out to be really good for me because I am a natural people person. So for me to be in any type of personnel management works, it's not always cozy because people, persons, you bring the person. But I think that I built a trust in that. Even I believe in this channel, people see the same person, is what I've been told. The same person, you hear the same person, you can expect the same thing. And so, yeah, transition. But just let's all hone in and love and appreciate what we have. And I love you. If you've gotten this far, please click subscribe. I love you. I'll see you next time. Rise above. Bye.